Hello, everyone. Welcome to Science 200. I am your instructor, Dr. Janie Sigmon, and I will be helping you through this course, guiding you, giving you information, giving you tips, telling you when things are due, giving you ideas about your topics, and just helping you through this particular course. So let us get started. Every week I will make a video like this and have it in the announcements. So please do watch the videos because they will help you. The first thing that you need to do in this course is to gain access to your textbook, which is online. It is called your Sumo web text. You will have assignments in it every single week. So make sure you get access to this as soon as possible. You already have assignments due starting in the first week. Read chapter 1 in the textbook. You will notice as you read, there are questions that you have to answer. You have 4 sections in this chapter, so you need to complete all of these exercises, do all of the questions. Most of these questions are automatically graded, so I don't grade them, the textbook does, and then they are automatically uploaded to Brightspace, which is our course management system. That's where your grades are, all that sort of thing. You can redo questions in the textbook. Notice that you have to redo everything on a particular page. So if there are 4 questions on the page, you have to redo all of them. You can't just redo one question, but you can get better grades just by redoing your work. And you can do that at any point. Okay, so if you want to improve your grade in your textbook graded assignments, that's all you have to do, redo work. All right. So besides chapter 1, you also need to select a topic. In chapter 1, there is a list of the topics. It also will give you a list of all the natural sciences. So that includes biology. Okay, I'm going to put that first because I'm a biologist. Biology, chemistry, physics, environmental science. Oh, I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing. But anyway, astronomy. You're going to pick your favorite one, and you're going to tell us about that in the discussion, which I'll get to in a minute. But it also tells you different topics that you can choose from to research during this term in Science 200. So if you'll look down on my list here are the different listed topics that you can choose from that have to do with the natural sciences. All right, and you have to choose one that is a natural science issue. I've had quite a few students who are psychology majors want to choose psychology topics. Okay, that's fine if you can find the biological basis or the chemical basis for this particular topic. But it can't just be psychology because psychology is a social science. It is not a natural science. So let me go through these quickly. Genetically modified organisms. So these are organisms that have had genes changed in them, and it will be 1 or 2 genes. It will not be the whole genome. Why does this happen? Because we want to put pesticide resistance in some crop plants. We want to put insect resistance in some of the crop plants. We may want to modify chicken to make it lay more eggs, etc., etc. So there are different ways that we have modified organisms. These usually are part of our food supply. We've also put different nutrients in some of these organisms. So for example, there's something called golden rice, which has vitamin A in it, which is lacking in diets all around the world. And so this increases the nutritional value of golden rice. So those are genetically modified organisms. There's lots of controversy about them because people think that they are unsafe to consume. Electric cars, that's all been in the news. Everybody knows somebody who's got one if you don't have one. My nephew and my brother-in-law both have had Teslas. So electric cars, how environmentally friendly are they? Are they as good as everybody says? So you can investigate that. Commercial nuclear energy. So we're getting back to a place where we need to look at different power sources because burning fossil fuels is creating climate change. So what if we move back toward nuclear energy? Is this a safe energy source? You can examine that. Genetic engineering. This mainly focuses on changing genes in human beings instead of genetically modifying other organisms that are used as food. So genetic engineering of human beings. This is absolutely not allowed yet. Okay, so I want to put that out there. It is not allowed. We cannot do this to embryos. Is it coming? Yes, it will, when we figure out the ethics of this and figure out who decides what genes are changed in which embryos. Should we only use this for curing diseases? Should we use this to prevent diseases? Should we do this to enhance features? You know, there are all kinds of ethical questions. So that's an interesting topic. Ocean acidification. Part of climate change is the fact that we are pumping way too much carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And this is dissolving into our ocean water, which is decreasing the pH and making the water more acidic. This is causing catastrophes around the world in marine life, and it's going to get worse. Biodiversity conservation. Having biodiversity in an ecosystem is terribly important. And what does that mean? You have many different species and many different numbers of those different species in an ecosystem. That helps to keep the ecosystem healthy. Every organism has its place and plays a role in an ecosystem. If you look at farmland, that is not a diverse use of land because there is just one single crop that's planted, and so only pests that target that particular crop are there, and there are very few different species in farmlands. We need to conserve biodiversity. We are losing species left and right all across the world. One major problem that we're encountering is habitat loss. Back last November, this past November, we hit 8 billion people on the planet. And in 2050, it is estimated that we will have 9 billion people on this planet. And so we are taking up more and more and more space. And that is leading to the loss of biodiversity all over the planet, which is not good for us or any ecosystem. So those are some of the topics that you can choose from. If you would like to choose a different topic, you need to get my permission to do this, because I have to make sure that it is a topic of natural science that you're actually going to be able to research in the given amount of time that we have. Because basically you got to do all this research for the first 6 weeks, then the last 2 weeks you're making a presentation. So I've got a couple of others that you might be interested in: microplastics and pollution caused by microplastics. Microplastics are getting into the ocean, into our waterways, and therefore into organisms that are in that any type of marine life. They're consuming microplastics, and that ends up in us eventually. Light pollution is another one. A lot of people don't understand that light pollution is a thing. If you have ever flown a plane at night, you know what this is. If you fly over a city, it is all lit up. And this causes changes in the organisms that live in those environments, including people. You know, we need to have dark at night so that we can sleep. And if you have to sleep during the day, I feel very sorry for you, but I hope you have some good blackout curtains because you really do need that for a good night's sleep. So those are a couple of other ones that I have for you. If you need more suggestions than that, I have more ideas, I promise you. Okay, let's see what else we've got going on. So you also have discussion board postings this week. You won't do discussion boards every single week in this course, but in week 1, you absolutely do. And so for your initial post, every time we have discussion board postings, is due by Thursday night at midnight. Your 2 response posts, which are due every time we have discussion board postings, are due by Sunday night before midnight. So your initial post for this week is introducing yourself. So tell us about you. Where are you from? Where do you live? What's your major? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? What do you hope to learn from this class? A couple of paragraphs is what is needed here. One sentence is not enough. Hi, I'm Janie from South Carolina. I'm majoring in business administration. No, that's not enough. Be substantive. So introduce yourself to us so that we can get to know you and you can get to know us. You're going to also answer questions. What field of natural science interests you most? Please don't say astrology. Astrology is determining whether you're a Virgo or a Capricorn. Okay, that is not science. Astronomy, okay? Biology, chemistry, physics, etc. So look up the natural sciences and see which one interests you the most and why. And is this related to the topic that you have chosen? So you're going to have to go ahead and make a choice about your topics. And if you don't have one yet, you need to be narrowing it down by the time you make this discussion board post. And like I said, if you need more ideas, please just email me. I'll give you my email address at the end of this. And the 2 responses to the other students in your class are due by Sunday night. Include what you have in common with this person and whether you agree or disagree with them about their choice of natural science, anything. Those also must be substantive. You don't say, hey, Joe, that was a really good post. No, that's not a good response post. Got to have more to it than that. All right, and then finally, some tips and hints for you in Science 200. Watch my videos, read my announcements every week. They will be posted either by Sunday night or Monday morning. Every single week, I will have one of these. And I try to give you some hints. I'll talk more about science in general, and I may even make another video about that for this week, this first week. So watch for my videos in the announcements and watch them, please. Deadlines are important. Thursday is the only one that's different. Thursday evening is when that initial discussion board post is due. Everything else is due by Sunday before midnight. Follow the guidelines and rubric for each assignment. So what the heck is that? The guidelines are the instructions. So there are instructions for everything in this course. And there's also a rubric for everything in this course. What's a rubric? That's the grading, how the grading is going to be done. And what you see as the grading scale and how many points you get, depending on the quality of your answers, that's exactly what I use to do the grading for that assignment. And I did say in the beginning that a lot of the textbook work is automatically graded, but there's plenty for me to grade too, because you're working on this project through the whole term, and I will be grading every bit of that, and I grade all of your discussion board posts. Okay? So a rubric is how you grade. Read the feedback that I give you. This is important, especially for this project, because you can revise it along and along and along as we go until we get to the end, especially week 6, because the project is worth a whole lot of points in week 6. And I've already told you how to improve this all along so that you can get all your points in week 6. Label everything with your name, with the course name, with my name, with the date, with what the assignment is, right? Don't forget that so that you don't get all mixed up. Also label the names of your files, because how many times do I have students who upload the wrong file? It's a lot. So label everything. When in doubt, when in trouble, when you're having issues, whatever it is, please just let me know. Please contact me. m.sigmon@snhu.edu. M stands for Melody. That's my first name, but I don't go by that. But anyway, there's my email address. I'll put it everywhere. So email me if you have any problems whatsoever. If you have questions, I will answer you within 24 hours and sometimes within minutes. I'll also have every week that I possibly can, online office hours that are absolutely optional, and these will be on Sunday night because that's when a lot of students are doing their work. Sunday night from 6 to about 6:50. But I'll send you more information as we go so that you know how to access the online office hours. Those are optional, but if you have any questions and you want to ask me face to face, that's the way to do it. And if that doesn't work for you, I can set up a different time. Just let me know. Okay, with that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful first week in Science 200. Let me know if you need anything.